Well, everyone, we've only got 2 games left of the season, and would you believe it? You don't find us in a relegation battle, you find us in the battle for European football. Yes, everyone, welcome to the episode. With just 2 games to go, you find us in the Championship group, sat in 4th, with the potential to actually finish the season in a European spot. So I'll be honest with you, there's a slight element of confusion. It's saying that the top 3 teams get European football. Currently, the press have been saying, whenever we've been sat in 4th, oh, you're back into European spot. And the only reason I can think of is that these league rules were obviously created at the start of our season in the 7th of April, as you can see here. But since then, the coefficients have changed, and Iceland has actually moved up to 32nd, and they do get 4 teams in Europe as a result of that. The only other slight thing which has thrown me off is if we look at the relegation group, our rivals who knocked us out of the cup at the quarterfinal stage won the cup and actually look on course to be relegated, which will be the 3rd season in a row where a team has won the main sort of trophy, like the European earning trophy. That's a terrible way of wording it, but the trophy that gets the team into Europe, a team has won it and then got relegated, and this will potentially be the 3rd season in a row. And let's face it, it looks like it's going to happen. They've got 2 games to overturn a 6-point deficit. All Greta need to do is draw 1 game. So they are going to be in the Europa League. So I don't know how that impacts on our 4 European spots. I assume we lose one of them, but we'll find out in today's episode what's going to happen with that one. And boy, do we need some sort of financial bump. The club is massively in the red for a club of this size. We managed to correct the club's wage budget, and then the club reduced the wage budget even further. So now we're back over it. And obviously a bit of European football would really help bolster those coffers. The board are unhappy that we failed the objective to repair the club's financial damage. But we did, like I said, manage to correct that to an extent by letting a few players leave. So obviously Fernandez we knew was leaving. Martinez we let go out on loan. They're just paying a portion of his wages, so that's helpful. And then a few players left for free, but that did help shift quite a big chunk of wages for us. The only thing we did do is we did sign another goalkeeper, so our scouts, I don't necessarily know if our scouts found this guy. He just came up as being offered around, as a free agent. And he actually arguably is better than Hugo Barbet, who we were waiting on arriving. And that has certainly seemed the case so far this season. He's also on a lot less in terms of wages, so it might be that we actually look to shift Barbet on already, just to bring that wage budget down. But I don't know, we'll just have to see what happens. We've got a few players who will be leaving in the summer as well. Some players we don't want to leave, but we can't offer them new deals because we're not in a financial position to actually give them the money that they want, basically. So obviously I saw you against KFS in the Cup 3rd round because I tried to record the Stjarnan and the Vikingur episode. Didn't work, failed both times. We then drew 3-3 with Hafnarfjordur, which was a game we on paper probably could have won, but we left it quite late. We were probably quite lucky to really sort of get anything out of that in the end. Then lost to already relegated now, not at this point, but they are relegated now, Vesterminea. And then we managed to beat Akranes 3-2. Keflavik in the cup after extra time. We then beat our rivals 2-0, getting revenge for that 5-0 hammering early on in the season. And as you can see, we really sort of pushed on. We did then lose to our rivals in the cup quarters, as we touched on. This was a game where they really only had 1 shot on target and they scored from it. And that was really frustrating. We then lost to Brede Blik before beating reigning champions Nats Dild, I don't know, and then beat Fram Reykjavik before beating Greta and then Stjarnan. And then at this point, we actually were in with a shout, believe it or not, of winning the title. I think it was after the Greta game or the Stjarnan game where we were guaranteed to come in the top half of the table, the top 6. So we knew we were never going to be in that relegation group. But then that fell apart when we lost to league leaders at the time, and actually I think they still might be in the league, Vikingur, who we did actually beat 6-2 away from home early on in the season. And then we lost to a 94th minute winner from Gislason against Hafnarfjordur. Again, unlucky, I would say. And then we beat reigning champions again, and then lost to Stjarnan really annoyingly. And then we've just beaten Brede Blik, came from behind to score twice in 2 minutes to take the win. and that has, as I said, put us back up into fourth with Starnen having a game in hand and actually being 3 points behind us as well. So if we can get some sort of result today, we should be pretty much guaranteed fourth. We are playing Fram, so if we can beat them, we'll actually just be 2 points behind going into the final game of the season. So we have actually reverted back to the 4-3-3 a little bit lately, and that is because Haftenson, who was playing as that sort of number 10. He wasn't happy about it, but he was doing it really well. But he refused to accept the fact that he'd been doing well there because he wanted to play in this role, which obviously at the start of the season, this was a tactic we were using, which we changed when Karasson and Magnussen got injured. So we actually reverted to this because we don't have a true out-and-out number 10. Brynjolfsson can play there, but I think that's just on paper only. And Hjörvarsson, I don't think is ready yet. But he's probably not far off, actually. He'd probably be ready to have a bit more involvement in that role soon. Peschel, Kristoffersen and Hjalmarsson, I've got this horrible broken line again. But we had that with Martinez. I don't know whether it's Kristoffersen is the common theme or whether it's just they just don't work well together for whatever reason. But we've found that actually shifting Gudmundsson up into a more advanced role has actually really benefited us in some ways, even though he's definitely more of a number 6 than a number 8. And even a BBM isn't his ideal role. He has actually done really, really well there. We have seen his ratings really, really sort of shoot up from, and I was saying last episode, he was sort of averaging like 6.5, 6.6, etc. Shifting him, he does seem to have had more impact on the game, and his ratings have really sort of gone through the roof as well. This is a massive game because this could potentially secure us European football the next season if we can get a win here. And like I said, the club's finances, they really need a bit of a bump. So if we can get some European money in, it would be incredible, absolutely incredible for us. The club, just like last season, aren't giving us a new contract yet. Our contract is due to expire at the end of the season. And again, they're just citing finances. I'm hopeful that what will happen is same again as last time, sort of early into October, they'll give us a new deal, unless we can sort of swing something before then. But club is just hemorrhaging money. We really need to get some better income, really, because the expenses, I think, are going to stay the same. Obviously, we can adjust the wage budget, but even then, that's only going to be sort of like 2-3k a week, which, only sort of really equates to what, like 150k a season, well, every 12 months. And the club is £3.5 million in debt. So, we've got to find another massive source of income somewhere to try and offset that wage loss for the year. The only thing is, as well, is obviously we've moved stadiums, and this stadium is, I think, like twice the size of the one we were in last time, and we are actually obviously selling a lot more tickets because we've been doing so well. So the match revenue has increased. But even so, still obviously need a bit more. Like, so at the moment, the attendance is 1,126. I will check what the capacity on the ground is after this, because we've got to try and look into ways of getting more money. But I'm pretty sure that like I said, our attendances have kind of doubled on average, I'd say, from last season. In some cases, we've been like, the stadium's been absolutely packed with like 2,500 fans. Which I think actually is roughly the capacity. I can't remember what it was at the the Cervelurin or whatever it was where we were last time. So yeah, quick check. The capacity is 2,500 with the potential to be 5,000. That's what I was thinking it was. And we still have the same stadium as like our training facility, I think. Thurs Villa, that's it. And to be fair, that had a capacity of 2,984. So actually it is on paper a little bit bigger. It was the seating capacity, I think, is the issue as to why we had to move. Like I said, we are packing out the stadium a lot more, and hopeful that we can really sort of capitalise on that, especially if we can get some European football next season. It'd be brilliant. But the rent is the killer, because I think we're paying something like, I don't know, like 18,000 a year or something like that to rent the stadium. No, actually, it might even be more than that. I can't remember. It might not be for the year. It might be per month. What we really need is a big sale. The issue is like a couple of our stars, like Magnussen and Brynjolfsson, all run out of that was close contract at the end of this season, and they don't want to renew because they don't think we can offer them a decent wage. just because the club's finances are so terrible. So we've got a few youngsters coming through who we could potentially look to blood in next season. That would be nice. But really, we need to actually try and sell someone for decent dollar. You know, if we can get like a couple of 100, 200k sales, that would be massive. Really sort of help offset things a little bit, and then we can then sort of slowly build other avenues of income. Then be brilliant. Yes, Toby King. Was that his 7th goal that I see? Like, he would probably be a good League One player in England, maybe League Two. And surely there's a club there who can throw sort of like 100k for him. Lovely finish. What's his value now? 3 to 65k. Yeah, to be fair, maybe 100k is a bit much. But still, if someone comes in and tries to buy him off us, I think we could definitely look to try and inflate that cost a little bit. Yes. No. Thought he'd done really well at winning the ball, and then he just had it nicked off him again. And they pegged us back pretty quickly, really. Just kick the ball out, mate. Yeah, I will do that because I don't want Hovland to be suspended for the next game. Have I not got Barakabadi in the team? Oh no, he was not fully fit. That's why he's not in the team. So Gunnarsson, who we've had in on loan, who's been playing the number 6 a lot lately as our main sort of ball-winning player, while Asmundsen's been pushed forwards. He's actually out of contract at the club we loaned him off. And he wants, like, he doesn't want anything per week. It's almost like a pay-as-you-play type bonus that he's after. So that's really good. So we're going to bring him in, hopefully. We've offered him a contract. Hopefully he'll come in. Because like I said, we don't have to actually really pay him anything in terms of salary. What do we change? Do we maybe throw in Dorverson? And then maybe Stephenson. The only reason Stephenson didn't start is because we keep getting told by our physio that he needs a rest. So they've changed their approach, going more attacking and trying to push higher up the pitch, playing with more freedom. Come on, Magnussen. So the last thing you're going to do in this game is nearly create a very strange goal. If they want to push up, we can do that as well. Asmundsen not having a good game today, typical after us bigging him up. Oh, flipping heck, Laura dropped the ball, but thankfully Jonsson was on hand to boot it clear. Oh, livid. Absolutely livid. Then we're going to change the shape, which may seem a bit of a rogue move, but we're going to change the shape. Jonsson is another one actually whose contract runs out, which is really annoying. It's going to be some rebuild job potentially in the summer if we well, I keep saying in the summer, in the winter. If we lose a lot of our big players next season, unless we can really sort of strengthen the squad. If the squad is, you know, considerably weaker, there's probably going to be a battle to stay up, really. Well then, Brynjolfsson. What are you doing, Harrison? He's onside. He was on. He was definitely... No! He's offside. Brynjolfsson looked offside, not Harrison. Okay, Harrison. And we don't get the replay. Oh. Come on, boys. Last time we played these, we were at 1-0 up as well and ended up losing 2-1. But he's offside. Yeah, what a surprise. He has been... Obviously, so one of the last games that we touched on was the game where he scored like 4 goals or something stupid. Since then, his contributions have still been very few and far between. He's had a couple of assists here and there for Hovland, but yeah. It's one of those, like, he's on quite a high wage, so it's annoying because he's got ability. It's annoying that we're going to lose him, but equally he is just a bit of a drain on the wage and he doesn't deliver reliably, so it's probably not the end of the world losing him. It is just the fact that we're not going to get any sort of tangible financial reward for his ability. Oh, you couldn't write it. You couldn't write it. He goes and scores. You really couldn't write it, and it's a great assist from Jorgensen. And I mean, he did his best to feck that up, didn't he? He probably cut across it. It nearly went wide. And it's 2-2. That's surely is going to be it now. Unless the ref, yeah, it's full time. Honestly. So we were just told that Reykjavik, who we just drew against, had secured the last spot. Now, I think I'm up the way here, aren't I? Let me just see what it says on my... I just want to make sure that you can see me. Yeah, there's Iceland above Bosnia-Herzegovina. So yeah, you can definitely see the screen still. I'm not in the way. If you look at that, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, I don't know if this spot is reserved for cup winners or not. It's not really telling me. But obviously, last seasons, it was the Conference League went to the cup. But I don't know. It's not saying anything for us. Obviously, we can't finish any higher now. We also can't finish any lower. We are going to finish 4th this season, regardless of what happens in the next game now against Vikinga. But I just don't know what that means for us in terms of European football next season. Meanwhile, AKUREYRI have been relegated. So they will be playing Europa League, from the 2nd tier. So just to touch on our youth intake, actually, because we did have another quite decent one. We got a good-looking left-back coming through, David Sigurdsson, who needs a bit of work on his pace, but certainly has some really decent, solid attributes to play at left-back. And it might be that with Acosta leaving, and certainly if Jonsson leaves as well, he might end up just playing as our first choice. A little bit young for when I'd usually tend to put them in, but you know what? He might not really have much option. Same with Kowalczak. Who's a decent-looking central midfielder. And then we've got Ragnarsson in goal, potential 15 years old, potentially could be a decent keeper if he develops okay. Then we've got Jens Vestberg. Needs a little bit of work on things like his passing, but again, could be decent. Hannah Oskarsson could be a good little number 10 if he can work on his passing. And then we've also had this guy, Kristen Stephenson, who might be a reasonable striker. some of his mentals are terrible, so I'm not sure. And then I'm trying to think who else we've got in our under-19s. We've got some decent 5-star players. We've got Bragason, who will probably look to bring through a little bit more next season, especially with the way the team is looking. Goodmanson, he's been out on loan. We may look to bring him through a little bit more. Same with Hjurvesen. And then we've got Sindrasen as well, who is doing okay. He's not the most athletic of players, annoyingly. We've got Gunnlaugson, who could be a decent right back for us. Yeah, going to be interesting. Now, going into the last game of the season, we might not have a huge amount to play for other than pride, but if we can stop Vikingur winning, then and the Breda Blick result goes their way, they could potentially win. So even though we've not got a huge amount to play for, we can still influence what happens with the title. And we're going to go Kerrison on the right, Hovland on the left, Brynjolfsson through the middle. And otherwise, the only other change we're doing is Bardi in at right back, and Jonsson's going to start at left back, because Acosta is a bit knackered after the game on the Tuesday. He was anyway. What? He's banned. Who did it say he's banned? Adelston. Adolstein said, "How's okay? Fair enough. You banned, mate. You're out. You're barred. Bragason can come in." But yeah, it'll be interesting to see if we can get into European football. Like I said, whenever we were in fourth, the media in the press conference was like, "Oh, you're in a European slot, blah blah blah." Or if we drop down to fifth, they were like, "Oh, that result sees you drop out of a European place." And I was thinking, "Oh, maybe that fourth place, we will get it based on the coefficients." But obviously, we're locked in to finish in fourth. Like, I would have thought we would have had some sort of confirmation based on that, but we'll just have to see what happens. I'm guessing that we don't get that. I haven't got a clue. It's been mixed messages, to say the least. I want to do us all a favour, everyone, by the way, while you're watching, if you want to drop a like down below. And if you're new to the channel and not subscribed already, you might as well. This is only just beginning. That was ridiculously easy. I was just watching that like, is this actually happening? And yes, everyone, yes, it was. So what does that do for... so Breda Blick currently not winning. I mean, it doesn't make any odds to us. I'm just interested in what's happening elsewhere. I'm not vibing with this song. It's a little bit too dubsteppy for my liking. A bit too heavy on the ears at the moment. He's well offside. Could you be any more offside? Breda Blick are actually losing. So it looks like it's going to be a Vikingur Reykjavik title currently. Unless we have anything to say about it, which doesn't look likely. It's another home game as well, actually. How many people have we got here today? Looks pretty full. Oh, wait. I was going to say he was definitely fouled. Surely, yeah, that was a pull. Yeah, 2,142. That's good attendance. That's a lot of ticket sales. Gonna be a last game to forget for some of these lads, isn't it? Oh, lovely. Finish. What a goal. What a lovely finish that. And then bam. And then he just cuts across. Ah, nice. What? Why did Brynjolfsson get in the way of that? Like, why did he... I don't get what he did there. I don't get why he did that. Like... Go on, Leon. Ping this in. Ooh. Sorry, everyone. I was just letting one of my cats up. She was looking at me like, "You gonna let me jump up?" Not the cross, really, Jonsson. You're going that. You got to whip it in. Okay, reasonable first half. But I reckon we can. Yeah, we can definitely do a bit more here. But we've got to be nice to them because we're still exceeding expectations. So you know, it shouldn't be too harsh. Oh, here's Kerrison in again. Just couldn't quite get enough on it. That's annoying decision making there. I found myself using focus a lot more this year. I don't know why. I think they're absolutely dominating us, really. Let's be honest. Brynjolfsson somehow hits the post when it was probably just as easy to score, really. Hits the post from 3 yards out. Need something, don't we? Game sort of petering out a little bit. It's gone a bit stale. Oh! Don't think the keeper realised that was at risk of going in until the last minute. No, that's really frustrating. Go to the ball. Yes. Well in, Baraka. Come on. I thought that had gone in. I really thought that had gone in. It glitched at like the worst time. More changes. Saying we should take off Herpland. Yeah, we'll do it. Sindrasen actually did. Is it not going to do it? Is it going to do it? Is it not going to do it? He actually did. Or he scored against Breda Blick off the bench, actually. Is it not doing that change? It says it is. Who knows? But yeah, he came off the bench against Breda Blick and scored the winner. So is there going to be any drama at the end here? Nice. Come on, Magnussen, you're in here. Oh, Sindrasen nearly did score as well. We're going to go for it for like the last minute and a half. Not sure those changes will actually come in. He kicked it out. He's had a stinker, him, hasn't he? The corner went out. What? How'd you do that, mate? Magnussen's in again. He's onside. Oh, from 2-0 down. Was it 2-0 down? I think it was, wasn't it? No. Yeah, I think it was. We were 2-0 down, but we brought it back to 2-all. Wonder what that does for the table. Surely the ref's going to blow up now. 2 late goals in these games. Scored in a similar sort of time to rescue us a point. I think the Brynjolfsson goal was scored in like the 94th minute of injury time as well. I'd be amazed if the ref... He is going to carry on playing. And that's it. That is it. Wow. So Breda Blick actually came from behind to win 4-2 anyway. So it wouldn't have mattered whether Vikingur had have won. But yeah, sorry guys. So yeah, it does look like we don't get anything after all that. It does look like we're not going to get anything for coming fourth. A little nice touch is Hovland actually won Premier Division Young Player of the Year, which is really, really nice. I mean, yeah, as controversial as it may sound, he is definitely someone who really we could really look to profit from. 100 to 210k potentially. But again, don't really think we want to, really. We can avoid it. Obviously, they're going to lose Brynjolfsson. Yeah, because it'd be on reduced salary. I mean, he's on 850k a week. We can't afford that. The board is ecstatic with us, A+. But they still won't give us a new contract, I don't think. Let's see. Oh, they've bumped the wage budget, though. But we're still somehow overspending. Sorry, maybe currently overspending. Committed spending, though, is 13k. So that'll be better once some players leave. 0 in the wage budget, in the transfer budget, but wage budget wise, not bad. Interesting on the club vision that they just give me. Their plan is to build a new stadium, which is exciting. I've not had anything about that from my end, but that would be pretty cool if they do decide to build a new stadium. Let's see, anything on the info side of things? Just a horrendous volume of debt. Anything in the facilities? Oh yeah, no, it is rent. It's 17k a year. That's okay. Nothing about building a new stadium yet. Okay. And here is the new deal. Oh, and it's a 2-year contract. Yes, I was going to see if I could negotiate a 2-year contract, but they're offering me a 2-year one anyway. You want to play attacking football, possession football, that's fine. That's kind of what we've been doing anyway. Yeah, build a new stadium. That's exciting. And here we go. It was the next message which I hadn't seen. Board plan to build a new stadium. Nothing confirmed at all, just where it's going to be. Basically, you've got to try and find the plans and all that stuff, but that's exciting. But yeah, I mean, this is the issue I have, and we're like losing like 9k a month, even just in this last month alone. The budget, the wage budget, like I said, that is going to work because we're committed spending is 13,000. So obviously, once we take into account the players we're leaving at the end of the season, so that's going to come back in line. So we're going to be sort of making an extra 12k a month if we can keep it around that level. Some players are leaving; they're going to have to be replaced at the end of the day, but we'll have to sort of find a way around that. Okay, so new contract is good. Debt. Hopefully you're going to be sorting expenditure. Main one is the wages, I think, really, and obviously the loan repayments and the interest. Ugh. Can we see a breakdown on potential loans? Anything at all on loans? Nothing at all on loans. Loans. No, never mind. Right, yeah, well, I'm going to go and get cracking with this, everyone. So I will see you all for next season. Well, as I said, like, we're flying through these. You know, we've done sort of 3 episodes a season. The game's not even been out 3 weeks yet, and we've already done 3 seasons. It's working so far, the pace we're going. Obviously, once we start getting into Europe and the nitty-gritty, we'll be getting more episodes and stuff like that. Hope that's okay with everyone, the way we're doing this at the moment. And yeah, I will see you very, very soon. I'm going to try and rebuild this squad because I think it's going to take a little bit of work. And I'll see you all on the other side. Bye for now.